Hello, my name is Shimoni Davis, and this is my presentation on how to make a pineapple upside down cake. I hope you guys enjoy it. Personally, if you don't like pineapple upside down cake, I'm sorry. My bad. So, why I decided to do this is because I don't like vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry, and that's usually all that people have. I like fruit. So pineapple upside down cake is a nice alternative to kind of meet halfway so that I can have my fruit. People can still have their, sugary sweets. So the time to complete this is going to be in total an hour and 15 minutes. It's going to be about 15 minutes hands-on time, mixing and, stirring and all that stuff. 50 minutes for baking. And it's going to be about 16 to 20 servings. So it can feed a lot of people. There's going to be a few things we're going to need. We're going to need a large bowl, a mixer or whisk, 1 cup of margarine or 1 stick of butter, melted, a cup of firmly packed brown sugar, a can of 20-ounce pineapple slices drained, 4 Marciano cherries halved, a half a cup of oil, and a can of whipped cream, optional. You're going to need a 12-inch skillet with an oven-proof handle, cast iron, 1 patch of Duncan Hines Pineapple Supreme Cake Mix, 1 packet of vanilla instant pudding filling, 4 large eggs, and 1 cup of water. So it comes together to be pretty nice. So first off, we're going to wash our hands because that's what you should always do when you go into the kitchen. And then secondly, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees. You always want to preheat the oven whenever you're baking a cake. Don't really know why, just my mom does it. So first off, we're going to start off with our glaze. You're going to start by putting the burner to medium-high heat and put the butter to melt. After the butter melts, you want to remove it from the heat and even sprinkle some brown sugar around the butter. Make it like a nice little glaze. It's going to be kind of brownish. Then you're going to put the pineapples with the cherries in the centers and set it aside. In the pan that you want to put the cake in, you can put it in a skillet, iron skillet, a pan, a bundt pan too. Well, for the pound cakes, that works too. So for the mixing, we're going to need the large bowl, and you're going to combine the cake mix, eggs, oil, water, and the instant pudding into one bowl. You're going to mix it with an electric mixer for 2 minutes. For a manual whisk, it's going to be about 50 or 60. I guess it depends on how tired your arm gets. You're going to want to pour the batter over the fruit that's in the skillet or baking pan or wherever you decide to put it in. You can even do it in cupcake or muffin tins. That works too. You have mini pineapple upside down cakes. It's pretty nice. So you're going to bake it for about 50 minutes, and you're going to have to go in occasionally with a toothpick and poke around in the center to make sure the cake's done. I like to poke around the edges too because I like to make sure that my cake cooks evenly, and ovens are different, so depending on how it is, you'll know. And now we're going to clean up because we made a mess in the kitchen, so we should clean it up, right? Less work to do later. That way when the cake comes out, you can just sit down and enjoy, because it'll be delicious and good. Bonus lesson. I'm going to teach you guys how to make the perfect cup of lemon tea. It's really good in the winter times if you guys get sick or if you have allergies like I do, then it's really good to have something that's soothing for your throat. It's going to take about 15 minutes to make. It's going to take 2 to 3 minutes for the tea to seep all the way in and, gives it that nice color that everyone likes with their tea. We're going to start by boiling the water, which is going to be the longest part of this whole thing. And while the water is boiling, we might as well set up a teapot or a teacup, depending on what you have. I don't know. Alright, So for the setup, you're going to place 1 tea bag in a teacup or 2 to 3 tea bags in the teapot. If you have rock sugar, you can put 1 teaspoon for a cup, 2 tablespoons for a teapot. For lemon slices, you're going to put 1 for a teacup, 2 to 3 lemon slices for a teapot. If you don't have rock sugar, you can use regular sugar. So when the water reaches a boil, you're going to pour the water over the teacup, or in the teacup, or in the teapot. I suggest covering with a small saucer on the teacup, and for the teapot, of course, put the lid on it. The steam helps it steep and it locks it in more, so it's more aromatic. It's better for you. So after 2 to 3 minutes, you want to use a spoon to remove the tea bag from the teacup or teapot, because you don't want to use your hand, it's really hot. For stronger tea, you can let it steep for longer, but any longer than 5 minutes, and it's going to be really bitter, and that's the last thing that you want. So be careful. So the cake should almost be done, so we're going to want to prepare it. You're going to want a cake plate to put this on, or a big plate if you have one, because of course it's a pineapple upside down cake. It's going to need to be flipped, which is the fun part of it. Makes it interesting. It's like Risk. So our cake should be done, so we're going to let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then you're going to flip it onto the cake, and then you can just slice and enjoy. I suggest a little whipped cream on the side or on top. It's optional, and it's going to be good and delicious, and I hope you guys enjoy. This is the end of my video, and I hope that you liked my presentation.